Hello and welcome everybody to another training by webiceberg.net. So in a previous video we've seen how to configure and how to install XAMPP server on our local machine, and in this video something very important to do and that many people forget is we're going to see how to configure and secure XAMPP server. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a directory permission password, we're going to add a MySQL password, and we're going to also secure PHPMyAdmin. This can be quite time consuming if you don't know what you're doing, so that's why I decided to make this video. It is pretty straightforward, but there is some little things that you have to keep in mind. To access the security settings, you can go to this link on your local machine. And let's see, the most important thing is, why should we not stick with the default configuration? Well, it is pretty straightforward because everybody on your network can see all of your XAMPP configuration, change it, edit it, change the passwords, and so on, just by knowing your IP. So let's go ahead and see how to configure security settings for XAMPP. Now, if I just get this browser open, this cat keeps on popping up. Anyways, alright, so what you have to do is you have to type in localhost in your browser bar, and let me zoom in for you guys so you can see. The one is unnecessary, and here we are on our local host. So let's see currently what is the status after a default installation. Well, as you can see, everything is quite unsecure, and everybody can access our files and our database. They can change information on our database, and so on and so on. So to secure XAMPP for Windows, we have to click on security, and then on the link below this table, I'm going to zoom in here, you can just click on this link or copy it and paste it into your bar. I am just going to click on it. And we see that here we can set up a password for MySQL database, which I'm going to open in another browser and show you what it looks like now without a password. Anyways, alright, here we go. So you see there is no login, and if we click on privileges, we can see that all of the users in the database, they have no password. So basically anybody that knows your IP address can connect to your PHPMyAdmin and edit your database to their liking, even change the password or add a password and lock you out of it. Anyways, so to add MySQL database, you just write the password. But keep in mind to select cookie for PHPMyAdmin authentication, or if you prefer a login which is more like the one we're going to see for XAMPP, then you can click on HTTP. So now I should actually just click on first do the one and then do the second one. So let's click on save or change password, and it should prompt you with a message saying that your operation was successful, basically. Now let's set up a XAMPP password, which is basically the page that you access when you type in localhost in your machine. So let's set up the username, and please, this defines the whole purpose of a password. Do not save your passwords in a plain text file. After we click save, we receive a message that everything was successful and that we have just created 2 new files that are encrypted. Now if we click on XAMPP, we are prompted with the password. But to have full access, to have the configuration working perfectly and without problems, we should stop our services and restart them. So let's refresh here and restart our services, first MySQL and then Apache. So now if we go to localhost, we should be prompted with the password. And that's exactly what happens. This means that anybody that's trying to access our localhost, knowing our IP address, will be prompted for a password. And let's just go for a second to the status and see that everything is secured. I mean security. Everything is secured except PHP. PHP safe mode basically means that when you have a PHP error, the page is gonna give you some server information and your error mistakes. This is used for developers, but it's not a threat in itself. You shouldn't use it if you are making a site for the public. I mean, you should turn safe mode off. Anyways, when we go to phpMyAdmin, we are prompted with a login. If we click on save password, then every time we go to phpMyAdmin, it's not going to ask us a password. This means cookie authentication. Sometimes it can happen that that phpMyAdmin doesn't prompt you with the login and gives you an error. phpMySQL access denied, basically. If that happens, you can go to this file in your xampp phpMyAdmin folder and click on edit. Alright, it is very badly configured here, but basically you have to go on the section where it says user and you see your user, and when it says password you just type in the password and change the authentication from cookie to HTTP. That will definitely resolve your issues for login. And that's pretty much it. This concludes our tutorial on how to secure XAMPP server on a Windows machine, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. My next video will be on how to optimize your XAMPP configuration. That means modify some CGI scripts, delete some scripts that are redundant and that are not useful that are not really useful and that you can live without. And I'm also going to show you how to optimize your PHP ini configuration and your MySQL database file config file. Thank you everybody and have a good day.